Welcome to the React Diagram tutorial. In this video, I will show the various node types in the Syncfusion React Diagram component. I will also show you the different shapes in each node type. First, I open my existing React application, to which I have added a Syncfusion Diagram component with height and width properties. To learn more about integrating the diagram component into a React application, please check the Getting Started video in the card above and the description below. Let me run this application using the npm start command. The diagram canvas is rendered with a rectangle-shaped node. The React diagram supports 9 different types of nodes. For the HTML, text, image, native, and path node types, you need to create custom shape data. The basic, flow, UML, and BPMN node types come with their own sets of built-in shapes. First, let me show you the different shapes in the basic node type, such as rectangle, ellipse, triangle, and more. For details on all supported shapes, please refer to the documentation link provided in the description. These shapes are used to represent geometrical information visually. The default shape is rectangle. Let me customize it to ellipse. In the nodes collection, define the shape property with an object. Within it, define the type property and set it to basic. Although basic is the default node type, it is recommended to add this property for clarity. Define the shape property and set it to ellipse. In the annotations property, change the content to basic and ellipse to denote the current shape and type. In the diagram canvas, you can see the basic node with an ellipse shape. Next, I will show you how to create a flow type node. It consists of built-in symbols such as terminator, process, and decision. These symbols are used to represent a process flow for analyzing and designing. The default symbol for flow type is process. I will be creating a terminator shape node instead. In the nodes collection, copy and paste the existing node, change the node ID to node2, offset x to 450, and set the annotation content to flow in terminator. Set the shape's type property to flow and shape to terminator. Now you can see the flow node with terminator rendered in the diagram canvas. Next, I will show you how to create a text node. Add another node in the node collection with ID, position, and dimension properties. To customize the node shape, define the shape property with an object. Within it, define the type property with the value text and content property to text node. To customize the background style of the node, define the style property and set the fill color to none. Set the font size to 14. The text node is created with the specified styles. To create an image node, copy and paste the existing node object and change the ID, position, and dimensions. In the shape property, change the type to image. Then remove the content property, define the source property, and set an image URL. You can bind any image source detail to this property. Remove the font size property since it is not needed for this node type. Now, an image node is created. If you want to create a node with HTML elements, use the HTML node type. To demonstrate in the nodes collection, I add another node object and change the ID and position. In the shape property, change its type to HTML and set the content property with a button element. I navigate to the app.css file, implement the button class, and set the height and width to 100 pixels. In the diagram canvas, an HTML node is created with a button element inside. To create a node with geometric values, without any specific standard figures like height or width, use the path node type. For this example, I will create a node shaped like a butterfly. In the nodes collection, I add another node with appropriate values. I change its type to path and define the data property with a butterfly graphic path value. You can see a butterfly shape node created here. Similarly, you can add an SVG node. Add another node object, set the shape type to native and the content property to an SVG element. Define the style property and set the fill value to none to remove the background for this node. A node has been added based on the SVG element. Next, I will show you how to create a BPMN node. Here is the list of built-in BPMN shapes. Each shape represents an internal business procedure in graphical notation and enables standard communication procedures. Let me create an event business process node. Events are represented in circles. There are 3 event types: start, intermediate, and end. Event triggers are denoted by icons inside the circle and represent specific details of the process. The default event trigger is none. Let me create an end event with the message end trigger. I import the BPMN diagrams module from the Syncfusion EJ2 React Diagrams package along with the inject module to inject the necessary module for the BPMN nodes to function properly. Then, inside the diagram component, I add the inject tag, and using this services directive, inject the BPMN diagrams module. Next, to the nodes collection, add a new node object, set the shape type to BPMN and shape to event. To set the trigger, define the event property and set the event to end. Set the trigger property to message. Here, a BPMN node is added with the end message, event trigger. Next, I'll show you how to create a UML node. Let me create a simple patient history class diagram. In the nodes collection, add a new node object and set the ID in position. Set the shape type to UML classifier. Define the classifier property with the string value class and set the class shape property with an object. A UML diagram contains class names, attributes, and methods. To create them, define the name property within this object and set it to patient. Set the attributes property with an array of objects. Add the name property with the string value accepted and set the type property to date. Similarly, add another attribute with the name sickness and type history. Set the methods property with an array of objects and add one inside. I can create one or more methods. To keep it simple, I add only one object and set the method to getHistory and type to history. Now the UML class diagram is rendered with the names and methods just entered. In the same way, you can create UML diagram nodes such as interface and enumeration. That's how easy it is to create different types of nodes in the Syncfusion React Diagram component. You can download the example in this video from the GitHub link shared in the description below. I have also included a link where you can check if you are eligible for our community license, which gives you a free license key for all our React products. If you found this video useful, like and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.